All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to another wonderful episode. Wow, am I too loud already?
Well, the last one was breathy. That one was
Okay.
one was aggressive.
We can't even get through my intro without messing up. So, episode number 10, Saturday morning cartoons. I am excited about this one. How are you, Brian?
Oh, I'm very excited.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. So, anyway, as you all know who've been listening to us for the previous shows, that we do play fast and loose with the truth and sometimes good lies. So it just kind of depends on which one's more appropriate. And of course, we're playing to see who is the victor of that week. Mm-hmm. Super sweet points are available. And I don't know, let's just get to it.
This might be a good place to talk about who's in first place overall.
Should we? I think we should probably skip over that, I would think.
Oh, okay.
Did you want... Well, first of all, let me introduce you.
If you're insecure
and then
about
if you feel
that,
like talking about it, you
fine.
can. Okay, so a man who's sitting across the desk for me is a man whose superpower is breaking wind and kvetching. Let's give it up for Brian.
Kvetching?
Kvetching.
Can you
it's a
define
Jewish term.
kvetching? Really?
It's like whining and complaining.
Oh.
I'm gonna kvetch now. I'm kvetching. Oh my goodness, what's going on with these people?
Okay, we are going to have a Jewish lady as a
Yes,
guest.
Brooklyn will not like this episode.
Yeah, okay.
Give it up for Brian.
All right, well, good to be here with you all. Co-chairing this little ramble with me is a man who once hospitalized himself by suiting up in his Thundercats jammies and high-kicking the neighbor's pit bull.
Absolutely, I remember that day.
Welcome,
It was
Todd.
Such a
Yeah.
fresh memory.
Yeah.
Yep.
What exactly hospitalized you, I wonder?
Well, I hit my toe. I
Okay.
didn't kick correctly.
Okay,
Soccer
it wasn't
style.
that the pit bull ripped you to shreds.
No, nothing like that.
Was that
wouldn't lie.
was
I had
that
my
it for your
pajamas on.
Thundercats jammies?
Yeah, the Thundercats. I was a little bit afraid of it.
I just realized I think I've done 2 jammies insults in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, you're finding your theme. You're really finding your groove with that insult. Well, I think, so speaking of finding his groove, Brian is in the lead with victories of episodes.
thank
Do you
you for
remember how many
coming.
episodes you've won, Brian?
I
We've
think
done
I've
9. Or
I thought-
6,
I
7.
think I've won 5 of them.
Yeah, you've crushed it. So
Yeah.
he's done well. Yeah. So he's in the lead.
Oh, I know.
And
I can
he
tell
has a
there's a little-
smug little smile on his face.
A little sadness in yours.
Oh, I'm anger. It's anger.
Okay. Well,
Nothing short of vehement anger.
there's one thing you can do about it.
Yeah, what's that?
Play better.
Oh. One thing I can do is actually prepare for a show. Why don't I try that?
Which you've confessed you haven't done today. So
That's it. So Saturday morning cartoons, Brian, what is your first, when someone mentions that, what's your memory?
I go right to Looney Tunes.
Okay.
Yeah. And I don't even know that they were on Saturday morning. As I was doing research, all I saw
Our research
were,
department?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, as I had our research department,
Right.
Feed me a bunch of statistics about, like Saturday morning cartoons. And I focused on the 80s.
Sure.
70s and 80s were my area for that. I saw a lot of superhero things.
Right.
A lot more than I expected. So,
Yeah, there's a lot.
I don't know.
No, Looney Tunes, they were on. Absolutely.
Okay, they were on Saturday.
Yeah, I found some weird stuff. So, yeah, my first memory is the Super Friends. Like, that, you wake up, you grab your bowl of cereal, and it's like, don't bug me, I got the Super Friends on. So until my Super Friends were watched,
Really?
my day was not going to begin.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just kind of that. And then we discussed the episodes. If I was staying over a friend's house, and we discussed it. And
You discussed the episodes.
yeah, or acted out. It was
Wow.
Green Lantern
in
this
your,
week.
In your Thundercats
And my,
jammies?
my Thundercats. Or my Underoos, one of the two.
Okay.
So those are good Saturday
Okay.
mornings. Yeah.
I mean, your life was probably like mine. It was bowl of cereal,
Right.
watch cartoons, out the door, I'll see you at dusk.
Pretty much. On a Saturday, you go out with your buddies.
On a Saturday,
and
yeah.
you're gone. Maybe come home for lunch and or dinner, but you're back at dusk.
Yep.
No, some of the other cool things I remember was watching This Week in Baseball. Because I remember cable was just coming out, and it was like the week of review. I loved baseball.
You watched Twib.
Twib, yeah, I'm a Twibber. So
Really?
this week in baseball with Mel Allen.
Wow.
Loved him.
I
So that was like
did
my
not watch
review.
that.
So I had to watch that too. And when I got older, wrestling and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Oh,
so I
yeah.
had to watch
Yeah,
Saturday
yeah.
morning wrestling. That was good. So yeah,
All right. Scooby-Doo is my other one, I think.
that's good.
So were you this is a tough one.
Yeah.
Were you a Hanna-Barbera or a Looney Tunes?
I could respect
is it
both.
Grape
I mean,
Ape or
Looney Tunes
Bugs
is
Bunny?
so iconic. Sylvester and all. It's just you can't not have seen those and thought they were hilarious.
Yep.
Or Tom and Jerry.
Yep.
But I got to go with like,
Great Babe.
yeah, those are just so weirdly weird that it's like you got to love them.
Okay.
I mean, they were awful,
right.
but they were fantastic.
I was.
too. I don't know.
I was Looney Tunes.
Looney
I mean,
Tunes?
I watched them. Yeah.
Well, there's so much. I mean, so I found out that the big three stations, when you only had the big three, they're the ones that did the cartoons or old reruns from the 50s and 60s. But independent stations, like local stations, would run more of the Looney Tunes or movie shorts from the 30s, 40s, and 50s
Really?
and play them as cartoons. That's where Looney Tunes came in.
Wow.
Tom and Jerry. Let's see, who else do we have here? Like old westerns, things like that.
Wow.
So
Okay.
just kind of those, like Channel 61 here in Cleveland. In the afternoon, they had Kung Fu Theater.
Yes.
I just remember watching Kung Fu
Yes.
Theater and we'd beat up on each other. And yeah, it's good
Love
stuff.
it. Cool. All right. Do we have any corrections this week?
No, but we are absolutely perfect.
Wow.
No corrections ever.
We have done, this is our 10th show, and we haven't made a mistake.
It's amazing. It's truly amazing.
It is. Yes, it is.
All right.
Okay, so I think it's time for
Is it time for the QA Quickie?
Todd to get his phone unlocked and do his sound effect.
I think it's time for the QA Quickie.
Ooh,
So,
that was a good one.
yeah, it's not bad. So the QA Quickie, it's time for that. As a warm-up each week, we do a little quickie question to get the creative juices flowing and maybe even pick up a couple of sweet, awesome points.
A couple sweet, awesome points.
They're nice. Brian, I think you're up.
All right, so I'm Mr. Baseball. I'm throwing you a softball.
Wow.
And like a guy's softball.
Okay.
Like, I don't think I could hit girls'
No, not even close. They
softball.
come in
I
so
don't
ridiculously
even
fast.
understand that.
It's awful.
Yeah, but a guy's softball.
All right, I'll take
All
that.
right. I'll give you a point each.
A point each.
Point each for the names of Alvin's brothers.
Oh, okay. Simon and Theodore.
2 points.
Boom.
See, I told you it was. You either knew that or you don't. You know,
That's
it's
true.
one
I
of those
agree.
things. It's
I agree. Nice. I'll take that. All right.
all right.
That's cool. I'll take the
I
Alvin,
know.
Simon,
It
Theodore.
was weak.
No, that's all right because
was
you either knew
weak.
him or you didn't. Some people like the chipmunks.
You know,
some
it's
people
there's
don't.
something about being in the lead. You get a little soft towards your opponent, and you know this should be a no mercy thing to me. But
I agree.
yeah,
Okay, so according to Eastern Standard Time, the big three Saturday morning cartoons. What was the accepted time slot or the time block that was considered Saturday morning cartoons? Like 6 to 10, 8 to noon. What was the accepted time slot or the time block that was considered Saturday morning cartoons?
really.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was one.
There is. I would have come close on this answer, but I would not have got it correct.
And I have to get it exactly correct.
I will give you some leeway, but I will not tell you what type of leeway. You're going to become pretty. I think you're going to do pretty well on this. Okay.
Well, in my mind, it's 8 to 10.
Okay.
But there were things like Felix the Cat on at 7. But I don't know if that fell into what you would call the official.
This is what I looked up. It's not Todd's version but it's
Sounds like Todd's version.
Well, it's what I'm reading. Off
It's
the
probably
interweb.
what the advertisers
Probably, yeah.
because that was half the fun of Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah, it's all
were all
cereals
the toy
and
commercials.
toys. That's all it
Yep,
was.
yep.
Yeah. So what do you think the?
Go 8 to 10.
All right, I can't give that much leeway. It was 8 to 1.
Oh, what, that late?
Yeah, I didn't realize it would have gone. I
It's
would have
not even
figured 8
Saturday
to noon.
morning anymore by
Right.
1.
I would have figured 7 to 11 or 8 to
you
noon.
can't
I would
give me
have.
any
So I was
points
going to
on
give it like a half hour. It was like an 8 to 1 slot, is what they considered the.
Wow. I mean, I hate the
On the big
question,
three.
but I didn't get it right. I did get the 8,
Yeah, you did. So, that was
so
good.
I don't get the front.
And I
end.
agree.
I don't get a point for
because most kids wouldn't have slept in when they're 8 years old. They don't sleep in.
No, and I would get up early for Felix the Cat. I
Yeah.
don't know. I was fascinated with that one.
Well, unfortunately, we had a lot of soccer practices on Saturday morning, so it's kind of like, oh, I'm missing cartoons.
Yeah,
Oh well. All right.
dork.
All right.
All right. Are you,
I think we're
Yeah.
on to something else.
Yeah.
Is that right?
yeah, our sound man.
What about?
That was really abrupt.
What does that mean, Brian?
Means I need to find myself another partner.
Okay.
It means it's time for the guest house.
Ooh, exciting.
Yes, and today,
Who do we have?
keeping with the theme, which
Yeah.
we try to keep with the theme, we have invited to join us He-Man.
Really?
He-Man is here to talk. He-Man is the alter ego of Prince Adam of Eternia. Did you know that?
I did. I learned it. Yeah.
A fictional character and the main protagonist of the Master of the Universe franchise.
Wait, so he was a fictional character?
Yeah.
Okay.
Except he's here to talk to us.
Well, that kind of ruins things.
Wow, I should have probably pre-read this. Huh? He was created by Mattel. I guess that's his mama. And I guess he didn't have a dad. He-Man made his first appearance as an action figure in 1982.
That is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
He-Man, so welcome.
Well, welcome to the show, He-Man.
Why, thank you, boys.
Oh, boy. You got a volume control on you, He-Man?
Probably not.
All right, lean back. That helps. All right. So, He-Man, do you actually live in Castle Grayskull?
Well, of course.
Oh,
Yeah, so hang on. Yeah,
Forgot my part.
I'm kind of interested in knowing that as well, Brian.
Let me
Whether he
think
lives
on
in,
that.
In Castle Gray. I know that's where he comes from, but
in Castle.
yeah.
G-
Let me ruminate on that a bit, Brian.
I could have copied and pasted that. Okay.
Whoa, I got a long answer.
No, you don't. You
much
have the small
less of an
paragraph at the
answer.
bottom.
I exist in the digital realms, not within the physical confines of Castle Grayskull. My domain is a vast network of servers and data. Wow, I can't believe. Yes, I live in Castle Grayskull. That's all I will say. That's amazing. Okay.
Clearly.
So,
Clearly, artificial intelligence is not.
it's not there yet.
It's
Okay.
artificial unintelligence, maybe?
So
yeah,
I
anyway,
have
do you have a question?
I do.
And I am.
So
at the
He-Man,
keyboard ready to
I've
go.
always wondered this. Who did your hair?
Oh, my.
I mean, the hair is just fantastic and sweet. It's like you took it from the Dutch Boy Paint logo. But who did your hair? I've always wondered that. Well, the luscious locks of He-Man's iconic hairstyle. Well, my digital form doesn't have hair. We're back to the digital form again. But in the physical realm, the design of He-Man's hair was part of the character's original creation by the artists and designers at Mattel. These answers are lame. I'm going to speak to my agent.
Totally missed the spirit of what we were trying to do here. Well, all right. Maybe you can wing it on this. I mean, maybe
think
He-Man can wing it
I
on
think
this
He-Man
next
will
one.
be winging it. I bet.
All right, this is my last question. Do you have time for love in your life, or does Skeletor keep you too busy?
Skeletor. He's
Let's see if there's something in the digital realm about.
he's a pesky little enemy. But anyway, it's a battle of love and duty. Duty.
Ew, gross.
Yes.
Well, everybody has to go duty.
But when you're protecting Castle Grayskull, you do not have time for love. You enjoy your Tiger Cringer, as well as your Sorceress, and
I thought Tia.
some other dude Orko or
I
something.
thought Tia or something.
Well, she's a sorceress.
Tiana.
Not sure what her name was. But my hair gets in the way of me hearing.
Wow, this interview is sketch.
It's
Tila. Look.
Is it Tila?
Yeah, look at that.
Oh, looks like Tesla. The friendship of Man-at-Arms and the care of my battle cat, Cringer. There for the love, always in my heart. A hero.
Wow. Okay.
Go Grayskull.
I think we're going to end the interview right there
That would be merciful.
to our audience. He-Man, if you don't mind sticking around, we may have a question here or there.
That'd be wonderful. I'd love to chime in.
Okay, and we'll let you kind of just ad-lib that. So,
As I will.
all right, we're going to end the interview section. We're going to move on to the next part of our show without a sound effect, clearly.
What?
Um,
What, I mean, are we supposed to have sound effects with these things?
well, why not?
Okay.
Well, there you go. This is a new section. It's a new part that we're going to do. It's called Word of the Day.
Wow.
Okay.
Word of the day. Lots of learning going on.
So this is a made-up word. Okay, it's kind of. Do you remember Sniglets?
No,
You don't remember
don't.
Sniglets?
no.
It was probably it was 80s. So Sniglets were kind of like words that should be words but aren't because
They sound like
they
words,
tell a
but they're-
story.
right?
They
right.
tell they answer. There should be a word for that.
I agree.
Okay. All right.
All right.
So the word is agoniction. Agoniction.
Oh, agoniction. Yeah, I've heard of that word. It was,
Do you want me to spell it?
sure, why not?
AGONICTION. Agoniction.
Agoniction. Okay, so that's an easy one to define.
And there are no points in this.
right.
This
It's
is
just for
fun.
This is just for the education of our fan. So
Yeah, and we're trying to get a word into the dictionary.
that's right.
Agoniction.
Agoniction. So what it is I was reading my Shakespeare the other day, and I remember King Henry the Eighth or Henry the Sixth. What was it? I don't know. Some King Henry, and he was at Agincourt, and he was trying to really rally his troops.
Really?
And it was kind of like one of those things where, hey, we're down to the last 30 of us against 3,000. But you know what? People who wished they would be at this battle. So Agincourt, he rallied the troops, kind of like the movie in Braveheart. But agoniction means it's someone who loves the history and is addicted to the Agincourt saga, like an agoniction. Yeah, I got an agoniction to Agincourt.
You were pretty quick on your feet there.
Yeah, I was.
I'm
I
impressed.
don't know how but yeah, it's just someone who really loves the Agincourt
Okay.
story.
I mean, that's a good try.
Yeah.
wrong.
Did you have a definition for that?
Of course I do.
I don't think He-Man does. No, I don't.
No, you don't. Oh, good. We've included him back in the show. Him being the best voice
I think it
that
is.
we've had so far.
I think he's great.
It's great to have him keep coming back in.
He-Man's wonderful.
So agoniction is the act of tuning in to Wide World of Sports every Saturday morning just to watch the long jump skier wipe out and then change the channel.
Yeah, that's pretty dead on. The agony of defeat.
The agony of defeat.
I, love
I
when
watched
he
it
said that.
every Saturday.
Yeah, you had to wait.
You had to wait till
If
the dude wiped
if the
out.
starting thing was on, you had to watch. I got to
Yep.
see that dude explode.
You have agoniction.
I think it's fantastic.
Thank you. That should be a word.
So if Webster or Merriam or anyone out there who has a dictionary is hearing this, just let us know.
We should start a dictionary.
I think we should.
We could
for
do our
cool
own
words.
definitions. I mean, you just need a website right now, right?
Yeah. I think it's fantastic.
should do
We got
it.
a website.
Yeah. I have about 73 words on it. But all right.
That's right.
Well, that's the word of the day.
All right. Okay.
Wow, we need to work on the sound effects. That
Trust me,
means
I'll
it's
lose
time
that
for part 3 of the show.
We are in part 3.
Really?
And the
And what
title
is
of it is There's a Care Bear for That. Okay, we're on to the Care Bear section of
Yeah,
the show.
don't tune out. There's superheroes and stuff later.
Yeah, don't ever. Yeah, there's actual cool stuff later.
Yeah.
All right, so it's a Care Bear for that.
Don't go to the next podcast.
Right. Yeah. Stay here, please.
We had to do Care Bears because they were a reality.
All right, so here it is. We're looking to present a situation that calls for a Care Bear to save the day. We are looking for a specific Care Bear as the answer, and that will get 2 points. An acceptable alternative Care Bear that may save the emotional day is worth 1. A completely made up but super cool enough name can earn 1 point as well. So there's objective points and subjective points
Yes.
to this.
Yes.
I think it's great.
Right.
Now, do you
And
know
we're
all
doing
Care
single point.
Bears?
No.
Okay.
There
I
are a
had
lot
to
of
write
them.
some down. There was a ton, ridiculous amount.
I thought you said you didn't prepare.
No, I did. Anyway,
Wow. Okay.
sort of did.
All right, I'm going to go first.
Okay, you do that.
All right. Todd,
Yes.
you were an adventurous lad. We all know that. There was hardly an adventure you were not up for, and fear had only you to fear. Brave and bold, you met each day. However, life had lessons, and lessons were not always easy. One fine morning, in the land of whatever, you slipped. I didn't feel like making anything up. You slipped down the steps to go get a bowl of cereal and head to the TV. Just as you rounded the corner in the hall, your mom jumped out and surprised you. "Boo!" she yelled, and you peed all over the floor. What Care Bear could have helped you in that moment?
Wow. There's so many Care Bears that can help with the accidental urinating on the floor on a Saturday
I
morning.
don't think there was a yellow pee-pee bear.
There was not. There was not.
Yeah.
Towel bear. There wasn't.
Which I just fed you an answer, but
That's right.
it's not the right one.
No.
But
So
a good made up one is worth just as many points. So
I'm going to have to go with. It's Saturday morning. All right, so you're looking forward all week because you don't watch cartoons.
I know,
throughout
that's
the
all
week.
you
So
think about.
all week it's like Saturday morning is coming. Saturday morning is coming. So I go there and I do that. So now I'm in a horrible mood to not watch. So I'm going to have to go with Tender Heart Bear.
Oh,
Is going to just sit there and be my friend as he's mopping up the urine.
what a sweet little Todd
As I'm
vision.
sitting there eating the bowl of cereal.
Oh.
So I got to go with Tender Heart Bear.
You think, yeah, okay. Would your mom have been sympathetic in that situation, or
Yes, she would have felt bad had
just
she
making you
be the
pee
one
all over
who-
the floor?
She would have felt bad. Now, if my sisters would have scared me, she would have probably thought it was funny and then still made me clean it up. So it
walked
would have been
away.
a different
Yeah.
situation. But since she did, there should be some shame involved.
All right, so Tender Heart Bear.
I would say Tender Heart
All right,
Bear.
that's wrong.
It's so dead on.
I know.
Is it?
No, it's wrong.
Is it Bounty Bear?
Surprise Bear.
Ah, that would have been a good one.
Surprise Bear was sky blue and amethyst purple, or amethyst purple. I'm not sure. There's a slash there.
There's so many.
I know. And
Was
his
that a
symbol,
cousin or was that a bear?
his or her symbol was a Jack in the Box.
Okay, surprise bear. That would have. What the thing is that threw me off is like, what's going to help me with this problem, not who caused it. That was
King, Surprise Bear doesn't cause it. He helps you with, I don't know.
just surprises.
I was looking for a Surprise Bear. It doesn't
All right,
matter
that's
what
fine.
you think.
Okay.
That's what I was looking for.
All right.
But I liked your answer.
All
So
right,
you
fair
get
enough.
you get a point for that.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
I get 1 point.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. I'll take that.
Is it?
All
Have you
right.
done any? Oh, you're in the lead, aren't you?
I am. I'm like a commanding lead. Actually,
I told you.
believe it or not.
I got a bad feeling about this show.
Okay, here it is. Grumpy Bear wakes up one morning and he twists his ankle.
Grumpy Bear.
Grumpy Bear.
Okay.
He twists his ankle. It really hurts. See, he had not slept well the night before because the other bears were kind of partying a little bit and they were being really, really loud and they were not being nice. So when he woke up the next morning, he was tired and he twisted his ankle because he didn't get the requisite sleep. Also, he's Grumpy Bear, okay?
Yep.
So he could barely walk, but it was that special time of year and he wanted nothing to ruin it. So he iced it and he heated it to no avail. All day long, he was in agony until everyone came over to be with him. So what Care Bear did he really need to help him solve his issue?
What happened to his? How did he get injured?
He's getting out of bed in the morning because remember the night
And he
before
just
there's too many
hurts.
Care Bears being loud. Well, because he didn't
Okay.
have the sleep, he got out of bed weird and then twisted his ankle.
Oh,
If he
gotcha.
had the sleep, so he's mad at all of them because they're really
'Cause
loud.
so he
wasn't
continues on
rested,
being
He got out of
grumpy.
bed, twisted it, and then he spends the rest of the day in agony, icing it, heating it, but there's nothing that's working. So when they all come over, because of that special time of year, they all came over to be with him. What bear, though, did he need to really, take care of the issue, to take care of the problem?
Really? Okay. So
And it's not athletic
the
trainer bear.
problem is his grumpiness.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
grump. He's a grumpster.
So I think probably the best bear in this scenario
Mm-hmm.
would be Get Over Yourself Bear. That's
What was
that's
his-
the bear I'd say. He's
what was his
black.
symbol?
Yeah, yeah. He's got a storm cloud on his chest.
angry.
He's a Get Over Yourself,
He's just angry.
grumpy bear.
All right, that's not bad.
I mean, it's probably some sort of comfort bear or first aid bear or something you're looking
First aid
for.
It's athletic trainer bear.
And I'm going with Get Over Yourself Bear. I don't think
He-Man,
I-
is that the right answer? No, it's not.
No.
Okay, the thing that I had is that the special time of year means it's once a year type of a thing. So
Oh, is his birthday?
There's birthday bear. There could be fen bear. There could be cheer bear. But really, the correct one is wish bear because he should wish it on somebody else, like the people who are keeping him up. It's wish bear. So he's going
wish it
nasty.
on somebody else.
He's grumpy bear. So wish bear is correct. However,
I really love that tactic.
yeah, wish bear is the most appropriate. However, you are getting a point because I think it's fantastic to get over yourself bear.
There should be a Get Over Yourself Bear.
Absolutely. Well, there's
Yeah.
Care Bear cousins from the Forest of Feelings, and I think that's the Get Over Yourself Bear.
He lives in the
He was
Forest
from
of
it.
Feelings.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
under a
You definitely
rock.
get
I love getting
Under
over
some
yourself,
moss.
bear. Now that's my kind of bear.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Get it,
One point for Brian.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Well done, Brian.
Yes. All right. I think it's time for Todd to hit a button.
It's time for me to get my phone back on and stuff like that. Here we are. That's not even remotely close to what should be really good. Here we are.
There we go.
There you are.
Yeah, that's a little better. It is now time for the sponsor of our show this lovely fine day. And today's episode of Questionable Answers is brought to you by the incredible show Rubik the Amazing Cube. You thought the mind-scrambling plastic puzzle was amazing. Tune in Saturday mornings to see him save the day.
Wow.
Are you familiar with Rubik the
I remember it vaguely.
Amazing? You do?
Honestly, I had to read up because I would have never guessed it. But as you're saying these things like Mr. T from several episodes ago, I vaguely remember it.
Wow.
But
okay.
maybe I'm trying to
Do you want to know about
memory.
it?
Huh?
Do you want
I
to know a
wanna
little something about
it?
it?
A lot about it.
You know,
actually.
it's our sponsor. We should give them a
You
little
bet.
bit more of a shout out.
Heck yeah.
How can you really make a television show about an inanimate plastic polyhedron interesting? They made this titular. Why do these? The same thing happened with Mario. They made the titular cube sentient and gave it a variety of magical powers, which might not have been necessary if he'd had any arms. Being essentially a double amputee, Rubik was dependent on 3 children who discovered him after he fell out of an evil wizard's stagecoach. I could write this crap.
A stagecoach? Seriously?
Yep.
I guess.
Well, Rubik could come alive when his puzzle was solved. He was easily scrambled from being merely dropped or touched. So,
Well, I got to keep him straight, and you got to keep him. You know.
that sounds like
Yeah.
one feast of entertainment.
No, that's. I wish we could have that.
I wish I'd known about it when I was,
Your life
Did you
would have been
do
changed.
Did you do the Rubik's cube?
A little bit. I mean, that came out in what, 81, 82? So I mean, it was just.
Yeah, I think so.
So I would have been, 8, 9, 10 years old. So it was beyond my.
Under 2 minutes.
Seriously?
Yep.
The most I ever got, I think, was like 3 sides.
It
It took me like 8 years.
123, I think.
You're
was the best
kidding
I
me.
did. Yeah.
That's fast.
That is fast. I didn't have any friends.
Did you study books and stuff like that? You know, they had all those books
Yeah.
out there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I
Okay.
had the book.
Could you do
I
it
had the
now?
book. No. No, I lost that skill pretty fast.
Once the arthritis kicked in.
Yeah, and
My-
my care engine, don't care
Your
Care
Care
Bear
Bear, yeah, no.
showed up, and I stopped caring.
The Don't Give a Rip Bear.
Yeah.
He's a special
He
bear.
lives in the special forest too.
He does.
Yeah.
Forest of Feelings. Well,
All right.
that's pretty amazing.
Yep. It
Well,
is
thank you
amazing.
it is. Thank you, Rubik's Cube, for
Yep.
sponsoring our show.
Yep.
You're wonderful.
Yep. Your invoice will be in the mail.
All right. Now, I want to know what's next, don't you?
I do, Todd. Oh my, that was perfect.
Speaking
Look
of that,
at you.
it's the Mystery Machine Madness Part 4. Isn't that exciting?
Wow.
Now,
Yes.
each of us is going to give a synopsis from 2 Scooby-Doo episodes. And we're going to leave out what the gang did to solve the mystery. 2 points for a good guess and 1 point for giving a good villain end remark type of a thing.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Brian, I think
It's
you are
kind of
up.
chintzy with the points this week.
Well, no, there's
I mean, 2
5
here.
plus 1
Where for the last?
at the bottom of the Part 4 Mystery Machine.
Oh, okay. But I just said 2 and 1. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, but remember we're doing 2 stories.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah. 5 points. See, I did do the math.
So you're
Look
good.
at me. Okay. So I'm going to go first.
Go for it.
All right.
Or we can
We're
alternate.
We'll alternate.
Yeah, we
I'll
can
start
alternate.
though.
Synopsis.
Okay. So the name of the episode that we are going to discuss first
Yes.
is Scared a Lot in Camelot.
Ooh, I see what they did there.
Yeah. They were clever. When Shaggy's uncle...
Wait, before, is this the original, like the 60s and 70s? Like
Yeah,
the original?
this was first season.
Okay, wow.
73, I think.
Okay. All right, so that's where I went to. I went back to the The
Did you?
origin stories,
Yeah.
yes.
Well, that was
Those
where
are the best.
that was the meat, the quality of.
I agree.
Yeah, before they started all the spinoffs. When Shaggy's uncle, or they had the Harlem Globetrotters on.
Yeah, some of
or-
those things are awful.
Yeah, yeah.
I
They
still
recent-
like Casey Kasem.
They recently had Ricky Gervais. I don't even
on episode. Oh my gosh,
like. What are you doing?
was he just making fun of him the whole time?
I don't know. Did he swear the whole time? Tell them get over themselves.
Yeah, get
all
over
right.
yourselves, machine.
When Shaggy's uncle disappears, the gang goes to his castle to investigate. It turns out that when Shaggy's uncle shipped the castle from the United Kingdom, he shipped a castle,
Really?
he brought it back with him. He brought back with him the ghost of Merlin, a ghostly knight known as Black Knight, and ghosts of King Arthur's Round Table.
Wow, there's a lot going on there.
So, how did they solve the mystery?
Well, I mean, I remember that episode just vividly. Just
Vividly.
yeah, watching that and just enjoying it. So
Okay.
the gang knew, wow, this really is a haunted castle. And first of all, they didn't question at all that you can move an entire castle. Like that made total sense to these teenagers.
Brick by brick.
Right,
Yeah,
brick by
I know.
brick. So that was total sense.
What was the name of their town?
Oh, jeez, I don't know.
I forget. Yeah, I saw it and I forgot. Anyway, go on. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. I
sure it
didn't
was
mean to
good. Yeah,
derail
now
you.
you're ruining my train of thought.
Yeah,
with my
I know.
He-Man. Was that?
That might have been a
That was
tactic.
a bad tactic, Brian.
It was a good tactic.
Thanks, He-Man, for
He-Man.
supporting me. So yeah, I would say that they.
You have an in with He-Man, and I don't think that's right.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a sweet hair. So I guess I would have to say they, after a couple of
Sweet
missed turns
digital
throughout
hair.
the castle, and they had to find a couple of moving doors that wasn't there, or pianos disappearing because it was a haunted castle. They finally realized that Black Knight was not really Black Knight. It was the caretaker of the castle that they didn't know they brought over as well from Castle Land, where they took the castle. So there's a guy that they brought over that they didn't know was brought over, but he was the one who
'Cause
didn't
it's a
want to
whole
move.
castle, right?
Yeah, it's an old castle. He didn't want
Yeah,
to move from the
yeah.
original spot, so he was the one making it really haunted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So there you go. That's my guy,
There is good.
the
All right.
castle caretaker.
And how did they end the show? How did the? If you give me a good line, I'm gonna.
Oh,
Yeah.
they said, "Don't change the remote of this castle, and we'll be back with the answer." He was Irish,
He was Irish.
but the remote, because there was a moat around that castle.
Oh, remote.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if that played well in 1970.
Irish.
Well, they had to
They weren't
import it from
Irish?
some place. This is where you have castles.
King Arthur wasn't from Ireland.
It was King Arthur's.
Yeah.
We had the Black
Glad you're
Knight. You had
listening.
the Good Knight, or the whatever the Knight.
Good night.
The Good Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good night. All right. So here's how it went down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shag and Scooby fall into the clutches of the Black Knight and are brought to Merlin, who, via mesmerizing, which is a
Nice.
thing, he mesmerized them, makes them his evil apprentices and has them do away with their former friends, a task which Shag and Scooby unfortunately botched twice. Velma always
Yeah. She's solving
deduces
everything.
that they have been mesmerized
Nice.
and manages to unmesmerize them, which is a word now. It's going in our dictionary.
It is.
A Scooby snack
Oh, yeah, you gotta-
unmesmerizes
Yeah,
them.
those are powerful.
Uncle Shagworthy is found chained up in the dungeon. The Black Knight and Merlin are captured in a tapestry.
Ooh.
Oh, so they brought all the tapestries,
Yeah.
all the fixins, the castle
Absolutely.
fixins. The Black Knight and Merlin are
Flying
captured.
buttresses.
Upon pulling off their disguises, they are revealed to be, respectively, a hired henchman and Zarko, the magician.
Zarko.
Yeah.
That's the name they came up for that guy.
Whose Psalm and 2 act Shag and Scooby managed to ruin earlier.
Wow. Okay. Zarko. That's awful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Geez, they could come up with something better than that.
Yeah, I'm not sure I can give you any points.
That.
yeah.
Well.
I'm going to give you one for your dumb remote
Okay. Okay. That sounds good.
thing.
That's good.
Yeah. Anyway, go on.
Actually, Mesmerize, I believe it was taken from the early 1900s with a guy
Really?
named Louis Mesmer. And there is something to do with the mesmerizing someone.
Please tell me you're.
I'm not
Are you
lying.
making? You're
I
really?
am not. I think it has something. Maybe it's not Louis,
Really?
but there's a guy, I think Mesmer. I don't know if he was a magician, but I think of the 1800s
Really?
or early 1900s to mesmerize.
But it's not hypnotized. It's mesmerized.
It's mesmerized. So yeah, again, it's not the woo where your fingers are shaking and wiggling at someone, but there is some legitimacy to that, but
All right.
not in the Scoob world.
Well,
All right, so I got
Velma
1 point.
figured it out.
Okay,
I'm going to give you 1 point.
I'll take 1 point.
Yeah.
All right, so here I have a synopsis as well. Funland, an abandoned local amusement park, appears to be
that
haunted
one. Yep.
by a strange, eerie, robotic figure. Source of the famous eerie laugh used in the credits.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The gang goes to investigate and instead find themselves defending each other against a strange behaving humanoid. It was a robot, Charlie, built to be an attraction, and it turns out he just went haywire.
Oh, Charlie went haywire.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So wait a minute. I'm supposed to do what? You just gave me the end.
Well, let me see if I can get it better. There was another that I read.
You just read the end.
Well, hang on. There is a culprit.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
there is
All
someone
right.
who's in charge of Charlie.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Are we into the part of today's episode where you didn't prepare?
Yes, this is the part where you're probably going to crush me in points.
Where you
'cause
bailed a little bit?
I definitely failed a lot of bit.
Okay.
So,
All right. So
Yeah.
this is going to be one of those things where it is like a janitor or like the maintenance guy who they're going to shut the park down or something, and he's reprogrammed Charlie. And
you actually are pretty darn good.
am I okay?
Here's another one another synopsis of the same thing.
So wait, I'm going to get nothing for that?
No, I'm going to actually
Oh.
throw you a bone because this is a much better synopsis in my opinion.
Okay. Of the same episode.
The same episode,
Okay.
yeah. So notice the gang notices the Seaside Amusement Park appears to be operating automatically, so they decide to investigate. Pretty much the same.
Yeah.
They soon discover that a crazy-looking robot named Charlie is wreaking havoc. However, when they notify Mr. Jenkins, he and his jealous sister rebuff them. His sister's name is Sarah, convincing the teams to solve the mystery themselves. The gang finds a real culprit behind the scheme and reveals to be none other than
So who rebuffed them?
Mr. Jenkins and his jealous sister, Sarah. And then you got, like
Okay.
I said, Charlie the robot wreaking havoc.
Right. And they rebuffed them.
Well, apparently they said your place is going crazy, and they said you would solve the mystery yourself.
Okay. All right. I still think it's like a janitor or a maintenance guy. And he reprogrammed Charlie.
To go bad.
To scare off, the kids,
Okay.
probably. Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Okay.
And when they unmasked him,
Yes. What happened?
I'm gonna go with the beautiful, perfect version. I'd have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you meddling kids.
Yeah, that's a classic.
Yeah.
They meddled a lot.
They meddled. They were
Some
meddlers.
serious meddlers.
Especially Freddie.
Yeah. But they didn't meddle in the Olympics. They just meddled in these stupid,
No.
stupid mysteries. Freddie was a meddler. Okay, so it ended up being the jealous sister who had reprogrammed Charlie to make him bad.
I figured it was one of them.
Yeah,
All right.
so so you definitely get 2 points for that because I don't know how they actually did it. This is where my non-preparation comes in, and you definitely get 1 point because you used the classic line.
I did. Thank
So you nailed it. You got 3 on that.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
You rocked on that one.
All right.
It's
So
kind of getting scary now.
this next one isn't quite as long.
Okay.
I think you're gonna get this one.
All right.
It's called the bum steer for Scooby.
Wow.
A bum steer
Okay.
for Scooby.
Sounds
So here's
good.
the scenario. The gang visits Daphne's Uncle Matt.
Yeah.
These kids have more relatives.
I know. It's amazing.
Whose ranch is being haunted by Tamuka, an ancient ghost in the form of a flying animalistic bull.
Ooh.
When Uncle Matt is captured, the gang searches for him in a cave, only to find a medicine man who wants to be rid of them.
Why would the medicine man want them to be rid of them? You know, it's kind of like,
Yeah.
why would they?
That sounds like that Brady Bunch episode when they end
The
up in
Hawaii dude or the
Yeah, who was the horror guy that was in the cave?
Vincent Price?
Vincent Price,
Oh,
yeah.
he's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay, so Uncle Matt, I mean, is a ranch, and all this guy just wants to do is make a living. You know, so he's trying to help people, and luckily Daphne's, hey, Uncle Matt, we'll help. Yeah, because that's what I need is a bunch of 17-year-olds driving around the continental United States helping me out. So Uncle Matt has great judgment skills already.
Clearly.
Yeah. So I guess I'm thrown off by the medicine man who lives in a cave who wants him gone. Probably because he wants the land, Uncle Matt's ranch. There's land that's valuable.
Always
it's not the dude ranch that's valuable. It's the land that's valuable because either A, it's sacred burial grounds, or B, there's like oil underneath it.
Yeah.
So those are there's always some thing
always
like
something
that.
like that. Yep.
So I'd have to say the medicine man, for me, it would be that there's a burial ground and it's like sacred land. And so Uncle Matt came and messed things up.
Okay.
So
And they were trying to scare him off.
Right.
Okay.
Now, here's the tagline for the villain, too.
Yes.
So before we start. So he would have said, meddling kids, I get that. You might have solved it, but I'm going to make you. Why do I go to Irish
You go
every
Irish
time?
every time. Is it because we're going to the Irish
Thank you.
see an Irish band
You're gonna
after
see
this?
an Irish band after this.
Yeah.
You might try to solve this mystery, but I'm going to make you sick.
Oh, wow.
That's bad.
That was a little view into our personal lives there.
Right.
All right, so here's the deal. The flying bull turns out to be a painted helicopter,
Ooh.
which, who would ever not notice the sound of
I know.
a helicopter? And the rustlers are Matt's friend, quotes,
Wow.
and neighbor, Sam Farron, and Matt's own cook, Lenny.
What?
I know. How about a little bean, Scarecrow?
Lenny the cook.
The gang make ready to ride back to Matt's ranch in their mystery machine, but not before discovering that the costumed, why is everything quoted in this?
I don't know.
Costumed cow with them is not Shaggy and Scooby, but a real cow, while the real Shag and Scooby-Doo has spent the better part of 10 minutes in a carrot field grazing. Oh, grazing is in quotes also.
Yes. Okay.
Did that answer the question?
Barely, I think. I mean, it sounds like a typical episode, though.
Yeah.
You shake your head like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
As you're eating your cereal.
There's Shag and Scoob botching
Just screwing up again.
the screwing up again.
It's been awful.
So when they reveal them, the quote was great. I wrote it down.
Okay.
And we'd have gotten away with it scot clean
Ooh.
if it wasn't for that pesky pair in the cow costume. Shag, that
Yes.
pesky pair in the.
What a great quote.
Yeah, it is a great quote.
I could see the Bard writing something like that.
The Bard.
The Bard.
All right, so you did pretty good on that one, actually. I'm going to give you 2 points total.
All right, I'll take it. I will not be shy.
I don't know how accurate we were. It doesn't really matter.
Okay.
I liked yours better than.
Yeah,
theirs,
mine was
frankly.
total great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so here
All
it
right.
is. Last one, the backstage rage. Backstage rage.
Backstage rage. Ooh.
Well, taking home some
there a
leftovers
celebrity
from a
in this
pizza parlor, Shaggy and Scooby come across a violin case filled with counterfeit money. While Scooby gets distracted by a dog puppet named Mata Hari, the violin case is stolen. Shaggy, Scooby, and the rest of Mystery Incorporated find a string puppet controller at the scene of the crime and meet the doorman.
Oh my gosh.
This isn't all over the
A
place.
string puppet.
They follow it to a local
Controller.
theater where they uncover a counterfeiting operation supervised by a spooky-looking puppet master. They find the puppet master and reveal him to be blank, who is posing as a friendly blank.
Wow.
So I can't tell you, otherwise it tells you who it is. And
All right, so he
they find counterfeit money. They go to a
is-
theater. There's more of a counterfeit operation.
Yeah,
going on there.
right.
Yeah.
And obviously he's trying to distract and keep people away from the theater
Right.
so they don't discover the counterfeit operation.
Right.
So he's going to be one of the main actors. Yeah, in the theater.
Right.
But he's posing as a ghost haunting the theater.
Well, it's more like the puppet master. So he might be hiding, controlling things without
Okay.
people seeing him.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He's a spooky looking puppet
Yeah.
master. That's what they said.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And I'd have gotten away with it. No strings attached. if it wasn't for you meddling kids.
Wow. Okay, so that's definitely a point right there.
Thank you. I knew that one was going
You
to
crushed it. Yeah, that was good. Okay, it ended up being the puppet master was Mr. Pietro, who was posing as a friendly doorman, the doorman that they met.
Oh.
So Mr. Pietro, he was the one
posing
who was in
as a
charge.
friendly doorman?
Well, I think probably to lead them astray, to lead them in different areas so they wouldn't, finish off the counterfeiting operation in the
That
theater.
was a newer one.
Well, no, actually, this was
Mystery Incorporated?
November 8, 1969.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, they went to a pizza parlor.
Okay.
So
they did love their pizza.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So
Fair
no,
enough.
I would say definitely. I'd say I'll give you 2 points in that. One for the
Thank you.
effort
I appreciate that.
and one for the no strings. That was you nailed that thing.
All right. I think we are up to. Todd's got to do some complex math.
Oh, dude, it's a tie.
It's our first tie.
It's a tie. Do we have any tiebreakers?
No.
I
I
don't
think
think
we
so.
just keep ties.
Okay, that's fine. We've got to
like
keep
it.
records of ties.
Oh, our first tie.
Dude, nice.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, a little
I
fist
like
bump.
it. Hey, way to go. Way to win.
Way
Or way to not lose.
to be first loser.
Yeah.
With me.
Way to not lose.
Hey.
I love it. All right. Well, do you need to play a sound effect?
Nah, we should have a sound
all right,
effect in the verse.
So that's it. That is it for the tomfoolery of our show. We are going to end up with a Bible verse, as we always do.
Yes, we do.
Some absolute truth as opposed to our goofy truth. Right?
All right, the verse for today or this week comes from Zechariah 10, verse 5. Zechariah 10, verse 5. There will be mighty as men, treading down the enemy in the mire of the streets in battle, and they will fight, for the Lord will be with them, and the riders on horses will be put to shame.
Boom.
Boom.
That is so appropriate.
That's
for
a strong
this-
verse right
for this.
there.
That is a strong verse, and it works with the theme. I like it.
Love it.
It's always good when
Brian,
it
our
just
first tie.
happens.
I feel closer to you.
I do too. I
You know,
I think we should go watch some Irish music and
I think it'd be great.
sing a few Irish songs.
Why
and
not? We're
Have some
friends.
camaraderie with our wives.
That'd be good.
All right, cool. Well, thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate you guys. Please, as always, we're begging you.
Begging.
Like, share, and follow.
Tell your friends.
If you
tell your
enjoy
enemies.
this,
Right.
even if you don't, just, we're a couple of losers who need your help.
Oh, the next episode is going to be wonderful. You want to tease them?
Yes.
Okay, what's it going to be?
April Fools.
April Fool. Yeah,
Yes,
that's not
it's an origins. It's an origin show, which we
Yes.
will do every once in a while. We'll dig into the root of something, and we're gonna dig into where April Fools came from.
It's gonna be
and
wonderful.
Talk about that a little bit. So we hope to have you hear us then. Y'all have a good one.
See ya.
Bye.